Hello, guys, and welcome to another weekly outlook on gold. This is where we look at the possible footprint of gold in the coming days. Thank you very much for joining in. First of all, for this very week, I am still bearish on gold. Now, let's not forget that we being bearish is just on a short term basis, but on a bigger front or on a bigger perspective, we are bullish. But just because price has not been able to continue the bullish nature by giving us a retracement, we're following the footprint of price in order for us to also make something from the market. So there are certain points on the chart that I am expecting price to break before I can turn fully bullish again, or certain points on the chart where I want price to get to, then I can now turn fully bullish again. But until then, on a short-term basis, I am bearish. And so for this very week, I'm bearish on gold until I see certain levels on the chart being broken. Now, with this very week, this is the chart I would be trading from. And there are certain key levels I would be looking at. From our previous videos, you would notice that we had a higher low point that we were looking at, which is this very higher low point that we were looking at, that should price break that particular higher low point, then it means that we would be turning our attention to be bearish. And as you can see, price was able to break that particular higher low point. And once price has been able to break that particular higher low point, then it has given us an indication that it wants to continue further to the downside. And so based on that, last week I was bearish, and this week, for me to continue my bearishness, also had to do with the weekly candle not being able to close above this high level point that I have. And with this very high level point that I'm having here, this is the resistance, this particular resistance I'm having here, 3360, is a level I drew from the weekly level. And so for my weekly candle, not being able to break above 3360, which is this resistance level, it still sends me or give me a signal that price is still bearish. And so for this very week, once last week candle was not able to break above the weekly high point that I am having from the weekly level, what I'm expecting from price is for price to either bounce back to that weekly high that I'm having and then continue the drop by first of all breaking this short-term support level that has been created by price and then coming further to this our support zone. Remember, this our support zone is the support zone that we were saying that should price break this higher low point, it is the support zone that we will be looking at for price to push to the upside, giving us something like a double bottom, which we talked about in our previous videos that gold likes using double bottoms a lot to push price to the upside. So what I'm looking out for this very week, since I'm bearish, is for price to first of all either bounce back to the weekly high point that I have drawn here. That is my weekly resistance level that I have drawn here. Price bounces back into that particular level, which is 3360 area, and then drop down by giving me full confirmation of breaking that of the short-term support level, which is the 3225 zone, this particular support level. Once price is able to break that short-term level, which is 32, is 3325. Once price is able to break that particular level, then it tells me that yes, it is coming all the way to our 3265 zone. And once we get to the 3265 zone, I will be looking at price pushing to the upside. And also note that we were talking about the other time that once we have our higher low point broken, which is this very point, once we have it broken, there's a tendency that should price not form the double bottom to push price to the upside, then it means that price will be going more bearish. And so for our 32.65 to be broken, then it means that our short-term bearish nature that we are looking at will now be turned into a long-term bearish nature, since price would be continuing a higher low, a lower low, lower high structure that it will be creating from this very side. Because once we have price giving us an impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. This is a correction that we are looking at. The price is tapping into the weekly high. So should price break this very level, then it means that it will be continuing the impulse correction, which will be giving us lower lows, lower highs, or series of lower lows, lower highs to the downside. So should price break that level, then the target is going to be um, this very uh, support zone, then the target is going to be 31.55 zone, or in worst cases we look at 31.25 zone, and the target is going to be 31.25 zone. But until price breaks our 32.65 zone, I'm not considering sales to that particular point. So for now, as we keep following price day by day, week by week, for this very week, because the weekly candle was not able to go above the weekly resistance that I'm having here, and it still lies within that particular zone, I am still standing by my bearish nature to push and hoping the price pushes more to the downside for me to pick my buys on the bigger picture to the upside. And as we can see, price started ranging on Tuesday. That is from last week Tuesday. Price started ranging from Tuesday. So that is to tell us that there's a lot of decision that is being taken around this particular place, right from Tuesday to the close of Friday. A lot of decision that is being taken. And so once I'm bearish, should I buy in the market? I will be looking at one, should price break above this point, which is at 33.60 point, where we have price now. If price refuses to test this level to drop down, but rather breaks the level up, then it has given me a confirmation that it wants to move to the what, upside. So once I have a break on the 4 hour with candles pushing up to the upside, then it means that I would turn my attention to be bullish on the market. So for me to be bullish on the market in the coming week, I would be looking at price breaking 33.60 zone. Once our 33.60 zone is broken, then my attention would be turning to be what, bullish, or I would turn my attention to be bullish. Now, if I turn my attention to be bullish, it would be that price has given us something like a head and shoulder pattern, as we can see, and we can use this head and shoulder pattern to push price to the what, upside, because that is one form that price uses, gold uses to push price either to the downside or to the upside, being a head and shoulder pattern. So if I would be bullish on gold within the week, I would be expecting price to break above 33.60 zone, then I would be bullish. Other than that, my normal buy zone is going to be at 32.65 zone, where I am expecting price to give me a little push to 33.60 and then break the short-term support zone we are having at 33.25, give us a little retest, and then sells down into our 32.65 zone. Then I can pick my buys from there to the upside. So this is what I am looking at for this very week. And should price break at 32.65, then we continue to sell. If not, then I would be looking at price respecting at 33.60 to drop down to 3265 zone or 60 zone to push us to the upside. If not, and we would be bullish, then we look at price breaking above 3360, giving us a retest to the upside. So this is what I am looking out for this very week on gold. As I keep saying, if you are enjoying my analysis and we are learning together, please do well to subscribe to the channel so we can continue to learn together. Don't just subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified anytime I drop an educative content for all of us to learn from. And also, do well to join my Telegram channel, the Sina Forest channel on Telegram, for us to enjoy whatever we are analyzing from here. I do well to always post trade setups on the analysis that we have here on that particular channel, together with other currency pairs. Check from the description, the link is there. Click on it and join the community for all of us to also learn from it. Tell a friend, that the Sina Forest community is a community that is there to help you through the analysis of gold. Thank you very much and have a blessed week as we meet daily for our daily analysis or daily updates on whatever we have discussed on gold from the weekly analysis. Peace to all of you.